Wegmans is piloting Instacart's Caper Cart. According to an Instacart press release, Instacart yesterday announced the launch of its AI-powered smart carts at Wegmans' DeWitt store in Syracuse, New York. This marks the first deployment of Caper Carts at Wegmans as part of an initial store program offering customers a smarter, more seamless way to shop in store. Caper Carts, for those who have not been listening to OmniTalk regularly for the past 5 or so years, enable customers to track their spending and check out seamlessly. Caper Carts automatically recognize items as they are dropped into the cart, and customers can bag as they shop, tapping signals from an array of Caper Cart cameras, a digital scale, and location sensors. Wegmans customers can log into their Shoppers Club account on the cart screen in order to shop with the Caper Cart. And my question for you is Wegmans Caper Cart pilot a sign that we will soon all be shopping grocery stores via smart carts? What do you think?
I don't know that that's what this indicates. As we told David McIntosh at Shop Talk Europe, I love David. I even suggested that he become Fiji Simo's CEO successor at Instacart. I think he's doing really smart things, but I would say I'm still kind of what the kids would say mid on smart carts. And specifically in this use case, I wasn't able to see the current checkout scenario at Wegmans and DeWitt. Like I did some research and tried to see if we could see what that setup looks like. So I'm just going off of my experience from the Astor Place store. And I think what is really important for Wegmans right now in that store, and I imagine in a lot of the other stores with as beloved as they are as a retailer, is that it's all about throughput. Getting the most people, especially during those high traffic times, through the store as quickly as possible. And I think the smart carts here do enable, people to get through that line a little bit more quickly. They don't have to go the self-checkout route. But I think that the bigger play here for Wegmans and why Wegmans has moved forward with this is really about, they've just relaunched their loyalty app that you just talked about this year. And I think that the timing is now right for them to test this kind of thing, to test a smart cart, more from a consumer targeting perspective and the money that they could bring in from brands, from retail media, and getting to really understand and know their customer a little bit and build engagement with that loyalty app. So smart carts, we've always said, yes, from that perspective, they're a great play when you're trying to learn your customer to use it for retail media instances. But I still am not, if you're asking more broadly, I'm still not sold on this idea that they're the right move for everybody everywhere. But where do you sit in this?
Yeah, so you said you're mid, so you're kind of hedging a little bit. It's funny, like I was on the negative side going into today, and then you and I actually just recorded a webinar conversation with Ethan Chernovsky of Placer AI. And as I was sitting there having that conversation with him, he made this comment about, at the end of the day, it's about retail 101. It's not about the fancy, glossy tech that, gets people excited. And so for that reason, I still put this in that bucket. This is not retailing 101. This is not something you need to be a good, effective retailer. See Sprouts, see Trader Joe's. They don't have this kind of stuff. Yeah. So I'm still not there that this is going to work in the long term. And I get what's pushing it 100%. It's retail media. But there are much lower hanging pieces of fruit to capture retail media dollars. And the features of the smart cart itself just aren't that big of a hook for most people. And the one store nature of this test also frightens me, Ann, because it means it's truly experimental. Heck, I was at the doctor yesterday and my nurse asked me what I did. And I told her, yeah, I'm a podcaster. And she's like, and she started asking me, well, what do you think about self-checkout? And she was younger than me, and she was telling me how she hates self-checkout, and her parents hate it too. And so when I put that together, we're not even in a place where a self-checkout machine is a must. So I still have trouble seeing where retailers are going to end up putting what is very much an expensive capital investment towards deploying smart carts at scale. And for that reason, when I go back to what makes a good retailer, I just don't think smart carts, when you look at the costs involved here, will ever be a formidable solution at scale. I don't know, but
yeah, I mean, and the resources involved that go towards just a one store pilot like this too. I mean, I think that's an important part of what you're saying too, is you have to dedicate a whole team to divert from just improving traditional checkout in the majority of your stores to really kind of start to test this and see if this is a viable option. And yeah, I guess the question still remains, like, how good is the retail media opportunity, and is it enough to pay off some of this investment? I don't know that we'll see that from this one particular piece of technology.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and there's so many more things you could be doing to get retail media dollars that are cheaper and more efficient that don't even touch your customer in the same way.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. Well, we'll see. We'll see. We'll have to make a
Yeah.
trip out to DeWitt and test it for ourselves.
DeWitt, Syracuse. Let's go.
Yes.
Northern New York, upstate New York. Let's
Yes.
do it, man.